Our story begins in a quiet neighborhood nestled within the suburbs of a mid-sized Midwestern city. Every house has neat lawns and tidy facades, and its residents radiate happiness because life is simple. In the house at the end of the lane lives a picture-perfect family. In this house, the father leaves for work in the morning, coffee in hand, and a briefcase under his arm. He never leaves without giving his wife a kiss on the cheek. The mother, who never has a hair out of place and is on top of all daily household matters, creates an atmosphere of comfort and a space for her children to play and grow. The two children are delightful and obedient and are often seen playing outside with new toys and with their neighborhood friends. The entire family gives off an air of blissful suburban contentment. Looming over the scene of the happy, perfect family, however, is a grotesque and hairy spider, resting on an intricately laid web in a tree with twisting and contorting branches. The leaves of the tree are curled and crumpled in the autumn chill as their colors fade from bright greens to horrid browns. A gust of crisp air runs through the forest above the quiet neighborhood, jostling the spider who scurries to a new spot on its web, moving unnaturally with its long needle-like limbs. A chill runs down your spine when you refocus on the house through the thin opalescent strands that make up the spider's web. And now, taking in the entire scene, you can't shake the nagging question: is everything as good as it seems in that house? As a visual storyteller, one of the main challenges is deciding what to show and what to tell. How do you translate a piece of writing into a compelling illustration, and what compositions best express the emotions and actions of a scene? I'm new to writing and storytelling, and these were some of the questions I had when I began working on this piece. I knew I wanted to create an ominous vibe and tell a story about a family where everything seems perfect on the surface, but that wasn't actually the case in reality. Obviously, spiders are involved with the story, but how do I actually pull this all together into one cohesive piece? To answer these questions, I purchased the book Making Comics by Scott McCloud, link in the description below. In the first section of the book, he talks about paying attention to the choice of frame. Frame, he explains, is the art of choosing the right distance and angle to view moments of a story. Later, he introduces the idea of an establishing shot as a way to set context by showing the reader where they are in the story. But how do you make a scene creepy? I knew I wanted the tree and the spider in the foreground, but as for the house, I didn't really know what to do. I ended up searching for creepy film angles in movie making and learned about what's called the Dutch angle, which is where the horizon line is tilted. The tilted angle is supposed to express psychological uneasiness or tension. So with that information, I felt like I could try to create an establishing shot with a house tilted in the background. The first drawing that I did was of the house in the midground. I found an image on Pinterest of a mid-mod home. I really like the positioning of the house being a view from up above, so I thought that would be really cool, and I decided to go with that as a reference. Then on a separate piece of paper, I drew the tree branches, and then on another layer, I drew the spider web, and then on another layer, I drew the spider and had two more layers for the trees in the midground, like all of the foliage, like the bushes and things like that. And then in the way background, the mountain and the littler trees. So I think in total I had about 7 layers. Once I had drawn all of those elements, I used the light table to transfer the entire scene onto a sheet of watercolor paper that you see right now. So now you're all caught up. I hope you enjoy watching as I finish this piece.
I had a really great time making this piece. I think the spiderweb turned out great, but I think the fully inked in leaves in the foreground are my favorite part. My question to you is, do you feel like I did a good job creating a creepy establishing shot? And in your opinion, how could I have made it more creepy? I genuinely look forward to hearing your thoughts and whether you liked how it turned out. And I'd like to thank you so much for watching my video. It's the first one I've ever made, so if you liked it and you want to continue seeing me make more videos like this, please let me know by hitting the like button and subscribing. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and enjoy the final reveal of A Terrible Spider.